Welcome to another episode of 50 Shades of Over 50. I'm really excited about this episode because we are delving into ageism, all manners of the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I have my guest today, Georgia Zaris. Hello.
By the way, aging is not ugly. Aging
Oh,
is
it's never ugly.
Oh,
Exactly. And I'm so glad you just brought that because I really wanted to talk about this whole ageism and how it plays out. We had a little quick discussion before you guys came on, where we talked about you talked about, because I found that I was doing some research on Georgia and I found somewhere where they wrote that she was born in 1975. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I thought she was over 50. And tell us a little bit behind that, what that was all about.
okay. So many years ago, when I was much younger, I was on a TV show, and whoever sent out my resume or whatever, or whoever
Yes.
put it on the internet, they said that I was born in 1975, and back then, as a former actress, it was important that you were looked at younger. You wanted to be younger, you wanted to play younger. And so I just went with it. And then when I got to that stage where I did not care, I wanted everyone to know how old I really was, which is, I was born in 69, so I'm 52. Somehow I can't take that off the internet because I didn't write it.
Yes.
My name in, that age keeps coming up.
Yeah.
And then Kwavi and I were having a discussion, weren't we, about how things have changed in the industry.
Yes.
When you first started, you had to tell them what your age was. And I lied, but anyway, you had to tell them the age. Exactly. And then as time went on, they changed that to your playing age. So it would be, between 25 and 35. They would never ask you your actual age, but they wanted to know played. And so it became that. And I'm hoping that in the future, they don't ask you what your
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Your age is. If you look like you can play that part, then go and play that part.
Go ahead and play that part. That's so interesting. And I guess the producers of the TV show, they probably did that because they probably felt if they gave you a real age, maybe that would be an issue. What do you think?
Yes, because the TV show that I was on was about a fictional football club. So it was all about, like young, I'm just going to get rid of that. Yeah, it was about, sort of young, oh my goodness, something's happened on my,
what's going on?
I do not know.
Oh, well, we see you fine though, just to let you know that.
I can't even see you. I don't even know where to,
oh, really? I see you.
Decided to install something. So it was about, so they had a lot of much younger people. So I guess, if I was younger, they'd relate to me. Maybe they would. I don't know.
Interesting.
But still related to me.
Yeah. But I think it's interesting how this whole age thing comes up and how just based on your age, you're either dismissed or celebrated, like just because of your age. Just the age just changes everything. I'm like, really? We're human. I mean, what is this about? But before we even delve more into that, I want you to kind of talk a little bit about your journey with going gray and how that changed, because that was a big thing for you during the pandemic.
It's huge. I mean, there's a good thing that happened in the pandemic. I had no desire to let my hair go gray. And it was because of the pandemic that I didn't have a choice. And at first, I would wear hats and I couldn't wait for the salons to open again. But as time went on, I thought, I'm fighting a losing battle with my gray, and the fact that every time I had it dyed, a week later, the little grays would start showing at the temples or here, and I'd be painting them in with that powder.
Yeah.
And when I let go of what I thought I should be and just became what I am, magic.
Wow.
really
Wow.
happened because I accepted myself, and accepting myself meant that I was accepting of how other people see me, or what I thought or
True.
people would see me. Because you say, oh God, and now I'm 50, people are going to think I'm irrelevant, or they're going to ignore me. But that's a perception you have of yourself.
That's true. Exactly.
And I've got to say, I mean, I still crack it with the young ones. I mean, I went to a party a month ago, and I was just hanging out with the teens. They were tired, and I kept going, and they didn't care, and I didn't care. So it's that perception.
It is. And listen, if you're not following Georgia on Instagram, you need to follow her. Her videos are so much fun. Her reels are fun. She's very uplifting, upbeat. I mean, yeah. So the energy level that Georgia has, you have to have enough energy to keep up with her. Her videos are so much fun. So much fun.
I went and looked at the statistics.
Mhm.
That obviously the people that are following me are my age or older or whatever.
Yeah.
My demographics, the 25 to 35-year-old.
I listen, I'm not surprised. Based on your videos are so upbeat and so much fun. I'm sure they can relate also. I'm sure they can. Why not?
Why not?
You know,
I want to show is that it doesn't matter what age you are.
it doesn't.
What matters is having a zest for life, and have
Mhm.
a zest for life in your 90s.
Exactly. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm like, in our 90s, we'll just be hanging out, having fun.
That's what I'm hoping. But things change.
Things
Obviously,
change. Yeah. Yeah.
I wake up with creaks and whatever, but you learn to adapt.
Yes.
Like, I
Yeah.
know, okay, I'm creaky, I'm whatever. I'll do extra movement to oil those joints, and then I can keep going.
Yeah. So what do you do for your health and wellness? What's part of your regime?
Well, I meditate for mental health, and I do yoga, which is not a normal form of yoga. It's a physio-based yoga
Oh, okay.
by a lady called Lara Hyman. She's amazing. It's called lit yoga, and it's literally yoga-ish poses, but
Yes.
all it does is give you strength and flexibility.
Wow.
And she teaches you about your body, so you understand
Yes.
about the anatomy of your body, which I think is incredible. Because when I first
Wow.
started yoga, I just did whatever the teacher did, thinking
Yes.
you have to follow these forms. And
Yes.
I had sore wrists,
Oh no.
sore back, sore neck. I mean, I was sore all the time, thinking
Yeah.
maybe that's just the way it is, but it's not.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that. Yeah. Because yoga is that's on my list for this year. I'm going to try and do it this year. I have had this love-hate relationship with yoga over the years. Well, I'm going to be honest. I just think it's boring. I just think, okay, so I'm posing, I'm staying, but I think also too, it's more of the fact, I don't think it's really boring. It's the fact that it's new and it's a major challenge for me to sit still and do those things. It's like, I just want to kind of go, 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 go. So that I think that is the battle that I have with yoga for sure.
See, the thing with yoga is that I think people assume that yoga is the asanas, the movement.
Yes, that's what I think. Yes.
Well, it isn't. Yoga, it means union. So when they developed it, and any yogis out there,
Yes.
please, you know, let me know if I'm right. But from what
Yeah.
my understanding is that
Yeah.
the yogis back in the day would they would move their body to prepare them for the stillness in meditation.
Oh, wow.
And because if your body isn't all if your energy isn't moving, you can't stay still. Like if you've had a big workout,
Yes.
the best moment is when you finished and you exhale, right?
Yes. Yes.
In that, and that is what yoga is. The asanas are just one part, the movement is just one
One
part.
part. Yeah.
We get caught up, especially in the West, with being able to put out, do these headstands and put out
Yes. And I can't do any of them. So
Shavasana. And where you're thinking it could be boring is because you are not realizing that connecting your breath to your movement and even closing your eyes to understand your body and the way your body moves, which is completely different to anybody else's body. We're you know, then it's like a journey. And if you go on that journey, you will be surprised how you're finished. You're lying there in Shavasana, which is the corpse pose, and you're like, whoa, what's just happened? Rested. My body feels incredible. And that's where yoga becomes addictive, or for me.
And I mean, I have friends who are addicted. They're like, when they go, they come back. It's like they feel like a new person. And see, that's the part of yoga that I want to connect with, where I go and I come back and I'm like, I just have this peace or stillness within me that I can't describe. That is what I want. So that's one of my goals for 2022. Yes. I've done the running, I've done the weights. This is a new phase that I want to add to my routine of health and wellness. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure. So tell me, I love what you put out on your page, because you're all about trying to, uplift, inspire, and motivate women, regardless of their age, really, just to live their best life on their own terms. I love all that. So where did that all come from for you?
It came, I don't know where it came from. I think I was trying to motivate myself.
Yeah.
And everything I put out there is literally things that I need to work on.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about kindness. It could be maybe I experienced someone not being kind, or I wasn't kind. So it's a reminder, not only to other people, but to myself. And I think putting out positivity in any way has no age. Because
it doesn't.
I wish my daughter would look at it though. But anyway.
How old is she? Okay, so tell me, let's go there. How old is your daughter? How old is she?
And she thinks I'm embarrassing.
Well, they all do, though. I don't know why because my kids, I have a 16-year-old and a 19-year-old, the same thing. They think I'm just so extra. I need to calm down. I'm like,
and you know what she says? Why don't you act your age?
Okay. So this is interesting. Okay. So I had a discussion with someone about this, where I was talking about this whole ageism. And I told them, you know what, even among your loved ones, they're doing the same thing that we're like, stop doing this. Like that statement that she made is the same thing I get from my kids. But we're trying to change this whole perception, because that's all they know. That's what's being put out there, that if you're this age, you have to act this way. If you're this age, you have to dress this way. But who really, why? Why?
I do not know, because I've always been a little crazy. I have a nervous energy, so I've always been like this. So she's known this side of me since she was born.
Right.
Not stuff that she's getting from home.
Exactly. She just knows that. Yeah.
But she sees, I guess when she's out, or what she reads, or what she sees.
Of course. Oh yeah. Of course. Oh yeah. Yeah.
She sees this, and she'll often say, why can't you be like other mums? And
I'm interesting.
But other mums are all different.
That's it. Like, what is the standard for the other mom? Like, is there a set template, like how moms should act?
I'm like, well, I don't know. I didn't get that memo. And also,
neither did I.
Compared to other mums at her school, I'm one of the older ones, if not the oldest one.
Mm-hmm.
But I act the most, well, she thinks immature, but I think fun. And,
exactly. And playful.
And actually, I'm happy to be like that. And I wish she would be a little bit less self-conscious about having to do what a 13-year-old does.
But I think that's the whole thing with society, because think about, this is your child that loves you, but see what see the statement she's putting out there. Can you imagine the people out there? Like, I'm on social media a lot, and I hear from women all the time. And some of the statements that are projected towards women in their 50s and over, it's like unbelievable. So hateful. So hateful.
Yeah.
I'm like, no one said social media was just for the 20-something-year-olds. No one said that. And that's why more of us need to stand up and just put our truths out there. Because I know there are lots of people that want to do more, but they are either intimidated or they've been bullied or shamed, and they're like done. They don't want to do, they just kind of go back and like, I'm not doing this anymore. And that shouldn't be the case, because I think that women in our 50s, we have a lot of wisdom to share.
Oh, definitely. I mean, this is the time, where from 50 onwards, where everything that we learned in the past, we can put into practice and share and
Yes.
that knowledge. I mean, these are called the twilight years for a reason. Like and a lot of people don't see it like that. They see it like, okay, you're irrelevant now, so you need to be quiet and let the young people live. And it's like, well, to be honest, I live a fuller life than a lot of these young people. And it's because they think they have time, whereas we get to our age and we think we know that we are on, in the second half of our
Of course,
life.
exactly. Yeah.
Every moment count. I wish I knew when I was younger.
Exactly. And I think that's what we want to share with the younger ones. We want to share with them that, listen, we have this experience and knowledge we want to share with you. And also, we also want to let you know that when you get to our age, live your life to the fullest, because that's the other thing. We didn't have those role models when we were younger. I mean, they made it seem like once you hit 50, your life was over. And so we're really changing that and making a difference. But it's still, it's still a fight. It's still a struggle, because I speak with women all the time that just feel like their life is over.
That is sad. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that I never felt like that, especially with, when I was still working and I wasn't getting the parts because, I wasn't a lead anymore. I was just I was the supporting act, and I was too old and people are not going to relate to me and stuff like that. Out there. But you kind of say, well, do you know what? I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying to break those glass ceilings. And if not for us now, for the future people who are going to be where we are now.
Exactly. I mean, and that's the best we can do. And it's interesting when you said we're no longer relevant. I really think they would put out more shows for our age group. We are spending a lot of money. We have the time. We want shows that are relevant to us.
Sure. Do you know that just recently Betty White passed away?
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But that show, The Golden Girls, was a huge hit. And they were all really like...
Exactly.
Who had full lives and were funny.
Oh, yes.
And were bright and they had everything.
Exactly. It was a popular show and still is, actually, and still is.
So we need more.
We need more shows like that. Yeah. Cast women that are our age in those roles. You don't have to use a younger person you just use our people, our age group demographics, just put them out there. Let's see the shows that we can relate to.
And we are the biggest consumers
we are. That's it. Okay. And see, that's what's fascinating to me, that our demographics, we spend the most amount of money right now, but they don't cater to us.
I mean, having, girls of 18 promoting, anti-aging eye creams. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And even that word irks me. I'm like, what anti-aging? Like, what does that mean? Anti-aging means prevent. You can't prevent aging. How about enhancing? How about promoting? Because we're gonna get old. We can't prevent getting older, but we can, enjoy it and enhance it. But prevent? I don't think that's gonna work. No,
I totally agree. Anytime I see something that says anti-aging, I'm like, okay, but anti-aging means dead, right?
Thank you. It means dead. It means dead. But you know what? I think it's changing. I think it's going to, I think eventually that word is probably not going to be in the vocabulary anymore, because I think the pro aging is more, that seems so, I mean, more positive, more inviting. Anti-aging, even though people are still using that term, but I think that it's, slowly but surely changing, because it doesn't mean anything. It is so negative. And like you said, it means dead. Like anti-aging, it doesn't happen. It's not possible, you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, I totally agree with you. I'm all for pro aging, but I'm also not against using lighting to
Oh,
brighten,
yes. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course. Oh, yeah.
to make yourself,
Oh,
you know,
yes.
better or look better to yourself. And as long as you do something that makes you feel great,
I'm
then
with you on that. Because I tell, like when I speak with women, they're like, oh, so what about plastic surgery? What about Botox? I'm like, listen, if they want to use it, that's fine. I am not against any of those things, because guess what? It's not me.
yeah,
Whatever you want to do and it works for you, do it. I am not against it. I think I always say over 50 doesn't come in the one size fits all.
yeah,
There are so many varieties of it. And you get to decide how you want to show up for you. You get
yeah,
to decide that. And listen,
as well, right?
yes, yeah.
I mean, I remember talking to this beautiful, beautiful woman, and I didn't know her,
Mhm.
and I said, "Oh, you're really beautiful." And the first thing she said was, "Well, I've had work done," and I said, "Well, I didn't ask that.
Exactly.
You don't
Doesn't
have to
matter.
apologize if you choose to get something done. All I'm saying is that I see you, and I think you're beautiful.
Exactly.
Stop."
That's it. And I'm glad you brought that up. I think that is like the fundamental right that all women, well, I should say all humans really want. They want to be seen, they want to be heard, they want to be valued. That is a fundamental right. Forget about money, status, popularity, any of that. We all want to be seen, heard, and valued. And that's what you were given to her that day. And that's what we all want.
Yeah, but she was still apologizing.
Because we have, see, and I think it's the way society has, we've been formed in such a way where it's like, even when someone says, oh, you look beautiful, the first thing most women will say, well, this old dress, this. I mean, we need to learn how to accept all of those compliments
Yeah.
without putting no, just accept it, enjoy it, allow it to just come into you. And then, just let it go. There doesn't have to be any comment, none whatsoever. Like, oh, do you really mean that? No, no, no. Just accept it. We don't
Yeah.
do that. We
No,
don't
we
do
don't.
that.
I remember saying to people, because I was the same, when
Yeah.
somebody would say, "Oh, you look beautiful," and I'd be like, "Oh, that's because I got all these lights." "Oh, you look beautiful." "Oh, that's because I'm using a
Yes.
filter."
It's like,
And
why do you have to qualify it?
but then I think, well, I'm demeaning the other person who's given me.
Yes.
And
Yes.
actually, so if you don't do it for yourself, do it for them. Because
Yes. Do it for them. Yes.
right, and
Yeah.
be mindful of others, but not of yourself.
Yeah. Because think about it, when you tell a child, oh, you look great or you did a good job, they're not about to say, oh, well, mom, I did this. No. And if they did that, can you imagine how hurt you would feel? Like
Yeah.
when so no, just accept it all. You just accept it and just let it go. No comments. No, no, don't qualify it.
You don't have to qualify anything. I mean, I think we spend a lot of our times apologizing.
Oh,
Apologizing.
please. Oh my goodness. Yes.
I don't know where that came from. I mean, where did that come from?
And I think, what I think as women, we are from a very young age, we've been put in this role of nurturing and always like helping and serving. And with all of that comes, apologizing and making sure the other person is okay. And it's all about the other person, always.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
think now that we're at this age, I really want us to start to look at ourselves and not just look at ourselves. I want us to start to love ourselves, like really give ourselves self love all day, every day. We don't do enough of that. It's like,
No, we don't.
I mean, I think like, think about all the people that around you that you love. You love them, you do things for them. But when it comes to ourselves, we're like, oh no, I don't matter. Yes, you do. You do matter.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree. I agree. It took me a long time. I
it took,
found,
yeah, all of us.
to you end up being so exhausted
Yes.
by doing everything else for other people that you don't do anything well.
Yeah.
So
You
if
don't.
you look after yourself first and
Mhm.
foremost, then you have the energy, you have the capability, you have
Yes.
the abundance
Yes.
to give to others. And like I used to be I was cabin crew for 11 months, and the
Yes.
first thing they do is when the oxygen comes down,
Yes.
put it on yourself first before you put it on anybody else. So even that, in
Like,
an
that's the
emergency.
reason. Yeah. I
So
mean, and I've been saying this to a lot of my clients lately. I've been saying, listen, I don't care how many people you have saved in the past, because we're constantly saving people. Nobody is coming to save you. It's just true. I mean, no one is. And so it's up to you to save yourself. And whatever that is, because I think we get to a certain age and we think it's too late. And I'm like, yeah, it's common. People say that all the time. I hear it from my clients all the time. I'm like, no, no,
but
that is just a statement. Go ahead.
what what's too late?
I know. And that's the thing. It's like, what do you mean by it's too late? You're living right now and you're saying it's too late. At least try it.
Yeah.
Don't just, it's like, I call that failing ahead of time when you say it's too late, because you're just failing at something without even trying it. Because you've already said, oh, I can't do that. I'm not doing it, because you think it's too late. And maybe there's a fear because
Yeah.
you're not sure how it will turn out, but you won't know how it will turn out unless you try it.
You, I totally agree. I think you're right. It's based on fear.
Yeah.
And it's and and when you get rid of that fear, I mean, I wake up every day thinking this is the beginning of the rest of the.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if you wake up like everything is a new beginning,
Yes.
a blank page, and you can do whatever you want in that
Yes.
page, then you can make whatever you want out of life. If
Yes.
you're not thinking, oh God, it's too late, then go back to bed and die. Because I mean, what's the point of
What's the
living if
point?
you're
Yeah.
not going to give it your 100%?
Tent. Yes. Oh, I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, George. I think that's a great way to close this today. Like, really, like when you wake up, that's what I tell my clients all the time. Like, I want to help them so that they wake up in the morning excited about life. Like, really. Like, they're like, what am I going to do today? Like, I'm so excited about life.
Yeah, because
That's
even
it.
if you've got a whole day planned, you
Yeah.
don't know what's going to happen along
Yeah.
the way. I mean, how exciting is that?
I
Not
know.
knowing, but
Oh,
what if? What
yes.
if? What if? Oh, and in
Exactly.
excitement, you
Yes.
and try something you've never tried
Oh
before.
yeah, that's what I've started doing. I've been doing a lot of that lately. Like, yeah, trying new things. I'm like, whoops, yep. I have roller skating on the list now. Like, so
Oh,
I'm gonna be doing that once a week. Like, okay, I'm
I want
gonna
to.
fall.
I want to know. I want to see. Do you remember back? What is it in the 70s
Yeah.
where they used to have those skate parks and people would be
Yeah,
going back?
exactly. Yeah, with it, yeah, and dancing. So that's my goal. And it's funny. I was telling a younger cousin of mine about it. She's like, Kwavi, I know you probably want to go straight from no skating to dance skating. I'm like, yeah, I really wish, but I'm like, I know I have to kind of learn how to skate first and then learn how to dance while skating. But that's my goal, to be able to dance while skating.
I look forward to seeing the videos.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a video.
Yeah, I'm ready. But thank you for asking me to
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. And so, ladies, what did you say? I didn't hear that.
appreciate everything you do.
Oh, you're welcome, darling. You're welcome. And so, listen, if you don't follow George, I'm going to put the in the show notes, the links to her Instagram page. You need to follow her. I mean, she's so insightful, has a lot of fun, uplifting videos and posts that you would want to know about. And if you really enjoyed this, please subscribe and share with others. And if you're more interested in learning about my community called Flourish for women 50 and over, the links are down below. I'd love to hear from you. And I also have a free consult. If you're interested, I can chat with you and tell you more about what I have to offer. Thank you so much, Georgia. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Bye.